Well, the world is in crisis now. Our stock market dropped precipitously yesterday, 334 points. And Walmart is cutting off insurance for 30,000 employees, making the remainder of their couple of 100,000 employees contribute more to their insurance programs. Health is way down in America. And this ISIS, this Islamic State group, is gaining on the key towns of Syria. They're fighting in the suburbs of Baghdad now in Iraq. And my concern is the Mexican border. The Mexican border, of course, we had 100,000 people storm the border, and they just overwhelmed the Border Patrol. And I believe what's going to happen again is this ISIS, they're not going to send over anybody with a turban bomb or an underwear bomb or a shoe bomb. Airport security is pretty tight, and, they would just waste a guy and get him put in jail, and, it's not going to be a very good outcome for their effort. What I can foresee is they would take 1,000 people and get them infected. They'd take them to West Africa, get them infected with the Ebola virus, let them get well into the disease, so they're shedding virus and contaminating everything around them, and sweat and urine and bowel movements and spit and everything. And then they're going to come to the United States with 100,000 more kids, blended in with them, crossing the border from Mexico. And if each of these 1,000 people infect 100 people and kill 100 people, that's 100,000 people. It'll make 911 look like nothing. Okay? And so you have to appreciate this is my concern. So I want everybody to do a couple of things. Let's be prepared here. I want everybody to get a hold of the book, God Bless America. Learn how to defend yourself against home invasion, how to defend yourself against mugging. I want you to begin to store 3 months' worth of water, store 3 months' worth of our Go foods. It's 25-year shelf life, non-GMO foods, half of which are gluten-free. That's Go foods. And I want you to get the Beyond Organics, especially if you have a gluten intolerance. We have cheeses and yogurts and all kinds of stuff that is really good. We have our own coffee, which are just really great for a lot of things. Not only tastes good, energy, but also is good for you, and has all the antioxidants in there. And so our Java Fit coffees are good. My favorite is, of course, the hazelnut cinnamon premium roast coffee. And then I want you to get the Pure Works, no alcohol. And it kills viruses, bacteria, fungus, and yeast. No alcohol. It works for 3 to 5 hours after it dries, whereas the alcohol-based hand sanitizers only work while they're wet. And then I want you to get the Pure Works. We have a liquid soap. We have a lotion, which you can just smear all over you. We have the spray. We have the foam. And then we have, of course, the Killer Biotic, which I take 3 of those twice a day because I fly so much and shake hands with hundreds of people every day. And then we have our colloidal silver, Envision colloidal silver. It kind of is great for wounds and disinfectant and gargling with and lowering the evil bacteria and virus count and so on. And then I would also get the trilogy books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy, and learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases, including viral things, infectious diseases. This would be just absolutely fabulous to do that. The trilogy books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy. And you need to have things on hand. What about the aromatherapy also from our ancient legacy? This is going to put you in good shape when it comes to Raven's hair, great for respiratory infections. I like also the deep cleanser for when you wash your clothes. It kills everything. I travel so much with these socks. I don't even go barefoot in the hotel rooms. I wear socks or these little soft booty things, and I throw them in the wash with the deep cleanser as well as our own detergents. You got to have a 3-month supply of everything. What about your 90 for Life program? You need a 3-month supply of our 90 for Life program. This is absolutely imperative that you have a 3-month supply. Because what if these bad boys knock down our grid for a month and you can't get UPS and FedEx in to deliver your product? You need a 3-month supply of everybody's basic 90. And then, of course, if they need a secret sauce for diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney failure, Alzheimer's disease, digestive enzymes, whatever. You have a 3-month supply. And, of course, we have the Harmony water. You need a 3-month supply for each person in the household, and each person who might come there. You might have relatives that are within a couple hours driving distance. You might have neighbors who are very good friends. You might have a pastor or some church mates who will wind up at your house because they know you got stuff. And so it is absolutely imperative that we have a 3-month supply of everything for anybody who might show up at your house. We must be prepared because this ISIS bunch is not stupid. And I think they're not going to waste their time on underwear bombs. They're not going to waste your time on shoe bombs and turban bombs. They're going to be infecting thousands of people with Ebola virus and sending them here, flooding us with these people. Well, stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
I thought we'd talk a bit about coffee, as I've got a Fox News story here headlined, "Coffee can promote healthy liver function," according to a study. And in a report out from the National Cancer Institute, they say drinking 3 cups of coffee a day may support healthy liver function. Researchers studied the coffee drinking habits of more than 27,000 people ages 20 and older, took note of key markers of liver function, and took blood samples. And I'm not going to go through the markers that they were looking at because it's big words that I probably won't pronounce properly. But they said the participants who drank 3 or more cups of coffee, either decaffeinated or caffeinated, in a 24-hour period had lower levels of these markers than non-coffee drinkers, indicating greater liver health. They say the team pulled data from the U.S. National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, and more than half of all Americans over the age of 18 drink at least 3 cups of coffee a day, and that's according to a report from 2010 from the National Coffee Association. And according to the lead researcher, Dr. Quim Zhao, says data suggests that the ingredients in coffee other than caffeine may promote liver health, and according to the National Cancer Institute, they say further studies are needed to identify these components, and I would suggest that it was all published in the journal Hepatology. I would suggest it's probably the antioxidants that are in there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Antioxidants, there's a lot of things that can support the biochemical reactions in the mitochondria and the liver and so on. And the fact that they said even the decaffeinated coffee has these positive effects tells you it's not the caffeine. And so that they've already kind of shed some light on that, because the decaf coffee gives the same benefits as the premium roast that is not decaffeinated. And so just another reason for people to drink our Java Fit coffee. And again, I'd like them to get the book Energy Crisis. And there's this CD that goes along with it, same title, Energy Crisis. It goes into the health benefits of coffee. And, of course, our Java Fit coffee is right up there. We own our own plantations in Nicaragua, and we're organic. Okay, we're free trade. And we're just very excited about this. We actually built schools there for the kids, the plantation workers. And we have our own roasters in Miami. We have our own packaging equipment in Miami. Even other coffee companies use us to roast and package their coffees for them, other brands. So we're very, very excited about this. And what a fun way to get health benefits. Again, my favorite is the hazelnut cinnamon. Try that one, this premium roast hazelnut cinnamon. It is good. And again, the book, Energy Crisis, goes into the benefits of coffee, our sports drinks like Rebound, our energy drinks like Pollen Burst, our new flavor, the grape flavor of Pollen Burst, is wonderful. And then we have, it also goes into teas. It also goes into different types of water. It tells you how to extract energy from fat and protein and sugar and carbohydrates. This book is really, really a very, very useful book, whether you're going to be a Longevity customer or a Longevity associate or not, because it's going to, especially if you're a coffee drinker or a sports drink user, an energy drink user, you want to beware of the negative stuff you'll find in sports drinks and energy drinks. That's all listed in this book, and tells you why they're bad and what they do to you and so forth. It's probably the most complete book on this subject. Energy Crisis also looks at artificial sweeteners, natural sweeteners, sugar replacements, and also everything. Actually compares the sweetness compared to table sugar, as well as how they're made, where they come from, and so forth. So thank you for bringing up the coffee subject, Doug. Really super. Don't forget Java Fit is Youngevity's coffee, and it should be your coffee too. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, in the Youngevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Arkansas. And Susan, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Susan. We're on the air.
I have tried for 17 years to convince my closest best friend, literally a rocket scientist, to listen to you, and I played the right podcast for him, and he's now going to do whatever you say. He is a 74-year-old man. Mm-hmm. He's 320 pounds, 5 foot 8 inches tall. He shrunk 1 inch. He has been insulin dependent for 24 years, neuropathy in feet and hands, cold hands to the point of wearing gloves, numbness in legs, calcium deposits pinching nerves, disc degeneration from excessive weight, lower back pain, gnarled, knobby joints, blood pressure 160/80, glaucoma and cataracts developing, and he's very worried about macular degeneration, red spots on his arms like broken blood vessels. He had a colonoscopy 2 years ago. I'm wondering, can I find out somehow from that doctor if his villi is intact? The only signs I see of gluten possibility would be constipation, and he always seems to have phlegm in the back of his nose and throat. His long and short-term memory is at 50%. He has intermittent problem with problem solving and math. He lives on nitrates and Splenda. If you could say something bad about Splenda, I'd appreciate it. His medications are eye drops, latanoprost and timolol. He's on gabapentin, 300 milligrams, 3 times a day, potassium chloride, 10 micrograms, finasteride, 5 milligrams a day, ramipril, 10 milligrams, allopurinol, 300 milligrams, and, of course, the 3 different types of insulin.
Okay. Well, first of all, his drops for his glaucoma, he'll have to stay on those until his eye doctor says the pressure is going down in his eyes. The medication for his diabetes are ones that he can control, because as his blood sugar drops, he'll be able to reduce his medication. Also, his high blood pressure medication. As his blood pressure drops, he'll be able to reduce the medication. So here we go. This is all done by body weight, and certainly I would get rid of all the bad stuff out of his diet. He's got to change his diet because his diet's what's got him in trouble. Absolutely no fried foods, no exception. Absolutely no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. That means no deli slices, no sandwich meats, no sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, that kind of stuff. Okay. No oils, which we'll talk about when we come back, and absolutely no gluten, which we'll talk about when we come back, before we even give him the supplement program. And stick with us, Susan. We'll be back after these messages. Okay. Doug, let's go right back to Arkansas and Susan. Okay, we left off no oils for this guy. That means absolutely no olive oil, no coconut oil, no margarine, no mayonnaise, salad dressings, or cooking oils. Then I also wanted him to give up gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, because everybody who is overweight or obese has a gluten intolerance. And you got so many different problems, that means he has a gluten intolerance, can't absorb many different nutrients. Okay, now, Shar, this is a Shar thing. What do you do for this guy? 320 pounds, has diabetes, has high blood pressure, glaucoma. They kind of go along together.
I would give him 3 healthy blood sugar packs, and then I'd give him the Ultimate Daily for the high blood pressure, in addition to the 3 healthy blood sugar packs. And then for the weight, I would give him the ASAP.
Okay, what would you add for the dementia?
De-stress.
Excellent. Absolutely perfect. Good job. Okay, so Char's exactly right here, Susan. Your friend, ideally, if finances aren't a problem, would require 3 of the healthy blood sugar packs. It'd be 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 2 scoops of the Ante Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'd go ahead with 3 or 4 of the Sweeties at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All that will be accomplished by the 3 healthy blood sugar packs per month. He needs to check his fasting blood sugar every morning before he medicates himself, and adjust his medication appropriately. When he gets down to where his blood sugar is below 100 for 7 days in a row. He's an ex-diabetic, but he does need to stay on the program. And I have him take 12 of the Ultimate Daily tablets, as Shar suggested, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, for dinner. That'll require 2 bottles a month to pull that off. And that's to support remote healthy blood pressure, healthy eye pressure, and also there's a type of vascular dementia. When you have high blood pressure and glaucoma, you have blockage of arteries, and this could be also contributing to his dementia. You have plugged arteries in the brain. And then, as Shar said, the de-stress capsules. The de-stress capsules, they're good for several kinds of dementia, including Korsakoff syndrome and Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. I'd also have him get 3 bottles of our Ultimate Selenium per month. I want him to have 4 3 times a day. That would be 12 a day of the selenium. Because I want him to, for his macular degeneration, okay, he's going to need the selenium to, and also if there's Wernicke-Korsakoff, so which might have a little bit of MS involved in there. And then, again, what would you do for his weight, Shar?
ASAP.
ASAP, yeah, 5'8". I'd like to see him down to, say, 165, 170. And so he needs to lose about 150 pounds or so. And so I'd get him 2 bottles of the ASAP per month and have him take a dropper full, not a drop, but a dropper full under his tongue 30 minutes before each meal, and a second dropper full under his tongue 15 minutes before each meal. That'll require 2 bottles of the ASAP per month. And it won't be but a couple of days. He'll be losing a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. And the magic here is, Susan, that he won't gain the weight back as long as he stays on the 90 for Life program appropriate for his body weight. Now, he will have to really work on that gluten, because everybody in the household, including his spouse, mother-in-law, kids, dog, cat, bird, fish, everybody in the household has got to be gluten-free. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to absorb all this. Give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know his weight, his blood pressure, his blood sugar, and so on. We'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to Atlanta, Georgia. And Dej, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Dej, you're on the air. Hello, Dej.
Going once, going twice. Let's move on to Texas. And Marcus, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Marcus, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. I got a quick question for you. I'm very, very healthy. I take all your vitamins, your minerals. But the only thing is very hard for me is that gluten. Are you still there?
I'm listening.
Hello? Okay, I want you said your wife, your dog, everybody have to not be on gluten. That's going to be extremely hard for me to do, or if not have everybody, because my wife might want to reject, or she might want to say, no, I don't want to do that. You say you still could probably do it. And I want to ask another question. Why is oatmeal so bad for you? Because my breakfast contains of waffles, turkey bacon, oatmeal, eggs, and a big thing of orange juice every morning. And
okay,
I want to know why is oatmeal so bad.
Okay, oatmeal, of course, is part of the small grain family. It's closely related to wheat. And wheat, barley, rye, and oats have a protein in them that's called gluten. In oats, it's called gliadin. It's just another name for the same thing. Gliadin in oats is gluten in wheat. Same thing. And cross-contamination in the laundry, people who prepare the food, they get the dust on themselves from the bread and the crackers and the noodles and anything that they're working with cereal, including oatmeal, dry cereal, even cooked oatmeal. And then dry dog food has oats in it and wheat and barley and rye and corn and soybeans and stuff, because it's a lot cheaper than meat. So they use these things as fillers, including in sausage-like meats, pastrami, pepperoni, salami, bologna, summer sausage. They use wheat and oats and rye and barley as fillers. You find oats and barley, rye also in beers and scotch and bourbon, and it's all over the place. They use it as filler in ice cream. They make things like even yogurt may have warnings on it. This yogurt product has been packaged on equipment that also packages wheat products. You say, where are you going to get a wheat product in a yogurt factory? Well, they have all kinds of things. For instance, ice cream they might package in the same place that has cookies and cream, or certain types of milk chocolate that have wheat fillers in them. It's everywhere. And if you're sensitive to gluten, you've got to be totally drop-dead gluten-free. Because it'll just, in other words, if you're eating gluten 6 times a day and you know you're eating it because you don't want to give up your oatmeal, then it might take you till you're 60, 70 years old before you start getting really severe life-threatening symptoms. If you're eating wheat for pre-breakfast snack, breakfast, after breakfast snack, lunch, after lunch snack, dinner, after dinner snack, and bedtime snack, you're having gluten 6, 8 times a day, you'll see life-threatening problems by the time you're in your 20s and 30s. And so it comes down to dosage, amounts, frequency, and so forth, as well as what you're taking in nutritionally. I see so many people. I speak now to an average of live seminars, 300 to 1,000 people a night. And I can stand up there in the stage, and I can look out in the audience at 500 people, and I can see out of the 500, I can see 175 people that have rosacea on their face. And I know they have a gluten intolerance. I've never seen them before, but I can tell they have rosacea on their face, on their noses, and their cheeks. And it's just getting so prominent that it's very, very easy to detect. You start listening to people, and they have 14 diseases. They're on 27 prescription drugs. They're seeing 14 specialists. And one says they have MS. Another one says they have Lyme's disease. Another one says they have irritable bowel syndrome. It's all the same person, just that all these doctors, they don't even know what they're talking about. And this is almost always a gluten intolerance. And it will take many years off your life. You'll shorten your life significantly. And women, they pass this on to their children. Men get this problem from their mothers, but they don't pass it on because they don't carry pregnancies and breastfeed. So it is a very, very significant problem. Food preparation services, laundry, couches where everybody watches TV, bed where a spouse would sleep with you. You also have places like the dog food, cat food, bird food, fish food. It is everywhere. And if you're prepared to, give up 50 years of your life because you don't want to change the brand of dog food, well, that's your choice. You've been educated. You've got the opportunity to make it what you might perceive of as a choice. And if you have, for instance, irritable bowel syndrome, and you don't want to give up the beer you like, you don't want to give up noodles for dinner every night, you want to have spaghetti every night, hey, you've made the choice. You're a free man, and you can make your choices. But once you know the truth, you have to make the choice. Just like when Noah was running around telling everybody you got to jump in the boat because it's going to flood, millions drowned because they didn't listen to him. And so we will not save everybody. We're going to try and work real hard and save them that want to be saved. But if people don't want to really, really be obsessive about giving up the bad stuff, it will catch up with them. The reason why there's no pastors that live to be 120, as the Bible commanded them, is because they have fried chicken in church after services every Sunday. And, of course, fried foods are made out of trans fatty acids, heterocyclamines, and acrylamides, all of which cause obstructive artery disease, coronary artery disease, as well as cancer. And so it's no wonder that so many pastors die from heart disease and cancer because they're eating fried chicken after church every Sunday. And that's just their thing. Well, they're making choices. We can educate them. We can help people best we can. But you're either going to do it right or you're going to pay the price. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. But it's a great question, Marcus. Many people have that question. Few pick the right answer. Okay, Doug, let's go to another caller.
All right, let's head to Maryland. And Carmen, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Carmen, you're on the...
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I called you a couple weeks ago about my rotator cuff, and I was working, and they put me on the machine, which I told them I can't do that because it'll make my rotator cuff worse, and it ripped it. And I found out that I also have arthritis that I didn't know in my knees and my up the top of my feet, the mid-foot, whatever that is, and my fingers and my neck and my shoulders. So you told me to do the bone and joint thing.
Carmen, what did these physical therapists say when they ripped your rotator cuff?
Oh, it wasn't a physical therapy. I was at work, and I have to squeeze the mail and take it out of a stacker and put it in a tray. So
what did they say when you ripped your rotator cuff?
they said you should go to the doctor. And I said, I don't really want to go to an orthopedic surgeon because they want to cut you open. So that's why I called you. That was yesterday.
Good. Okay, how much you weigh?
I'm 128.
128?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, hang on. Char and I will be back, and we'll give you a recommendation after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Young Judy and 90 for Life Crusade. And Charmaine, this is a Char thing. 128-pound lady with joint problems, rotator cuff, arthritis, and many joints. What would you do for her?
She needs one healthy bone and joint pack.
Okay. One healthy bone and joint pack. Good. And would you give her any extra of anything because she got lots of joint problems?
I'd give her extra glucogel, yes.
Very good, very good. Okay, you heard it, Carmen. Okay, one healthy bone and joint pack, get an extra bottle of glucogel. Take a tablespoon, which is a half an ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner. 1 scoop of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner. The 3 EFA Pluses, take 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. And 15 glucogel a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And that whole program will be designed to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. There will be 1 bottle of the CM cream that comes with it. You can apply the CM cream topically to your shoulder, your finger joints, whatever hurts you the most. And it would definitely take advantage, of any time off they give you for sick leave or something like that. Rest all those joints. Don't continue to work. Give yourself a month or so for rehabbing everything. And stay away from inflammatory foods, fried foods, processed meats, oils, and gluten. Okay, Doug, how much time we have?
We got about 3 minutes.
Okay, let's try another one quick.
All right, let's head to Georgia. And Lily, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
So, Lily, you're on the air.
This is Nellie in Georgia. I have a respiratory problem that just developed about 6 weeks ago. 4 years ago, I had open heart surgery. I have a diseased heart. The year after that, I had an aneurysm. I have gone to the emergency room. They put me in the hospital. They can't find anything wrong. So here's what hurts. Under my breast, all the way under my breast, and I can't hardly breathe, even though my
Nellie, how much you weigh? Nellie, how much you weigh?
I weigh 161 pounds.
Okay. Well, basically what I would do, 161 pounds, and Char, you should probably do this. She got a history of heart challenges. She got problems. 161 pounds. What would you do for her?
I would put her on 2 healthy brain and heart packs.
Perfect. 2 healthy brain and heart packs. Absolutely. That would be, let's see here, 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFAs at breakfast and dinner, and, of course, the selenium, 3 of those, I said twice a day. That comes with the healthy brain and heart packs. And clean up your diet. No gluten, no fried food, no processed meats, no oils. And then after a couple of weeks after you can start the diet right now. And 2 weeks after you start the dietary supplement program, then give us a call and give us some kind of update. Whether everything's the same, getting better, getting worse. We'll walk you through this. Apologize, we're kind of at the end of the loop here. And so give us a call in 2 weeks after you get started. Okay, Doug, how much time we have here?
You got just a little less than a minute.
Less than a minute. Okay, Char, you have 1 minute or less for a message to our listeners.
Okay. Well, I guess the bottom line is I feel sorry for all these people that call in because some of them are double their body weight, and it's sad that they get in that position. It's really from listening to the doctors and doing what they say, which is the wrong thing. And the more you learn about it, the more you learn to stay away from them because they don't know what they're talking about. So pretty much everything they say, do the opposite. They say don't eat salt, eat salt. They tell you, take cholesterol-lowering drugs, don't take them because you lose your mind. That's what your brain is, cholesterol. You need to keep your brain. So everything they tell you is pretty much to set you up for failure so that you're constantly going to them and keeping their pocket full, and basically they're cleaning out your clock while they're, cleaning you out.
Okay, thank you. Well said, Ms. Shar. Very, very good. Thank you, as usual. Thank you so much, Doug and Richard. Superlative job, as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs, and God bless America.